Gothic.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like Thief meets Scourge.
All thieves know the advantages of hiding in the shadows. But specters know how to wield them. They are masters of shadow magic, using their scepters
It's like
to
a
direct
portal.
dark forces
That look kind of
and
cool.
debilitating enemies.
Yeah.
In shadow
It's later on.
specters can tether themselves.
They even
to
call it
allies,
Shroud. I mean, they're taking
granting
the
them
same
a
terms.
protective shadow barrier.
Shadow barrier.
Yep. Any purple instead of green.
Alright, let's see.
All right, thank you. Spectre, we have Support Thief, Scepter, Wells.
Wells means that you can use Chronomancer Rune, I believe, and then you'll get quickness every time you put down a well.
So with Spectre, it became more of, well, what if we focus on supporting a single target and really kind of creating this more of like, you know, kind of like protect the king. It's going to be great for like World v World, protect the commander, have a bunch of Spectres all buffing up the commander. Reduced initiative pool, because we are giving access to Shadow Shroud, a little bit of a trade-off there. We also are replacing Steel with Siphon, and this is our first look at ally targeting. So you can see here on the skill fact, different effect if I am attacking an enemy or targeting an ally. We're going to see a lot of Condi damage coming out from both the Scepter and the Shadow Shroud kit.
Apparently this is really
So
Condi
Siphon,
heavy.
I've now marked this golem as my kind of priority target, my priority support target. So when I enter Shadow Shroud, we're going to see that this tether gets created. As I'm hitting these enemies, doing some stuff.
But so
hitting
they're
some
tethered the
enemies,
whole time?
We're going to see we're getting some barrier in there, we're getting some healing, getting some might applications.
This is kind of like the Druid tether thing, but Druid does it to the, like, you know, multiple people.
You know, I joke that my World v World guild is a Thief and Ranger guild, so we'll try this out. We got enough Thieves and Rangers in our guild. You're the only non-Thief Ranger, so...
Why'd you guys go for Thief and Ranger?
Because we all just were Thief and Rangers.
If you want to, you can also switch the tether target while you're in Shroud.
Oh,
as long as
nice.
Siphon is on
Okay.
cooldown. So first up, we have the auto attack Hunt Shot. This is just going to be damage and torment. This is giving my tethered target might. Moving into Grasping Shadows this is another, you know, primarily ranged attack, damage, torment, cripple. It's going to do Condi Cleanse for my tethered target and also heal as well. Moving into Dawn's Repose. This is going to be a little bit of mobility back. We lost access to steel, but now we have a nice little dash here. This also gives you barrier per target struck and also gives your tethered target barrier per enemy.
He gives him fear, too. That's
And
the
also
fear thing
fear,
going up, right?
so-
Yeah.
Eternal Night, as here's kind of the big damage payoff of the Shroud kit.
2.9 from a 2-hit? That's not Condi, this is hybrid.
Poison in there
Yeah.
as well. This is also going to heal you per enemy struck again. Finally, we have Mind Shock. There's going to be a delayed trigger, pretty long kind of setup into a nice little stun there, and that is going to give you stability. It's going to give your tethered ally
Stun and stab is good.
additional healing. Moving into the Scepter, we're going to
Okay,
see
let's
again
see
these
that.
kind of modal skills. So as I target my enemy,
Torment.
I target my ally.
So it's with everything. Like, you can just use skills on your allies, like, standard.
Yeah.
And then it will give them barrier, I guess. I don't know.
Gives them different things depending on the skill.
Auto attack is barrier. Or if I hit an enemy, auto attack does torment. Pretty straightforward. Next up, we have Shadow Saps. This is going to be.
So it doesn't might. So that's what I'm saying. It
this is
depends on
gonna
the
give
skill,
my
but I guess
self
it.
might when I'm hitting enemies, so a little bit of self buff while also weakening and dealing some damage. Or I can give my ally might and also give them, you know, a bit more barrier. Moving into the dual skills, so we have two. We have pistol offhand and we have dagger offhand. We'll start with dagger offhand. Twilight combo again, targeting an enemy. This is going to be a kind of pretty straightforward damaging ability. A lot of conditions in there. Kind of a cool effect where you throw a projectile, you throw another projectile, and they kind of combine into a singular projectile and hit the enemy. Or again, hitting the ally is going to do some barrier, going to do some healing and swiftness in there as well. Over on the pistol side, we're going to have a combo skill here. Starting with measured shot, this is either going to blink away from your target or toward your target, depending on. So I blink away from enemies, blink toward allies. That's going to flip over into Endless Night. So it starts off with a little emobe, and that's going to combo into like this nice slow and torment damaging beam attack. Alternatively, using on your ally, you can blink toward them, and then get the beam, which does a nice amount of, very large amount of quickness, in addition to barrier and regen. And then we also, I guess we also have a stealth attack because we're a thief. So if you
There's
stealth
going to be
up,
a lot of barrier
you
in
get
this game
access to
suddenly.
Shadow
Yeah.
Squall. It's going to be kind of this rapid fire flurry attack. So we see some poison in there, targeting an enemy. And again, targeting an ally, we're going to get a nice amount of healing.
Like, okay, if you want to like support people, go play like a fucking Guardian or fucking Ellie, or like you can do Scourge too. Like, why would you go on a fucking Thief to go play sport? I
I don't think a lot of people will. They'll probably They'll probably turn this into something else. In Warverse World, maybe. I think only in Warverse World, and I don't know about PvE, but...
No, I don't think we will, because they're like the keep tappers. They're like the thieves. They get in and out. They kept thieves. They harass people. Like,
I've been seeing your people and thieves talking about how they're never wanted in squads or parties or whatever.
But
so
they don't give a shit. It's like, okay, Rangers and thieves are in squads, but Rangers and thieves don't give a shit because we don't need to be in squads.
I think some of them do, according to the forums, from what I've seen.
And finally, we have the wells. So the wells give a little bit more access to AoE. The cool thing about the thief wells is that they're all shadow steps.
Oh.
Of course, they have to do something dumb like that, but okay.
I mean, but what if you don't want a shadow step?
You know, we gave a lot of mobility to a lot of classes for this expansion. We saw Willbender get a lot of mobility, a lot of dashes. Bladesworn got a blink.
Bladesworn got a blink. It's 300 range.
I mean, that's the warrior, right?
Yeah, that's not... I can't believe he used whatever.
Killers, both Untamed and Mechanist, have shadow steps.
Oh.
Nice spoiler.
Just
so basically now everyone's got a blink, right? But they made sure to give Warrior only 300. I bet you the other two that we're going to see is going to be more than 300.
I bet you too.
So we just gave all the mobility.
Yeah, 300 mobility. Ooh.
Well of Bounty, you see a lot of boons on this skill effect. It is one per pulse. It is just going to prioritize giving you boons that you don't already have. And if you do already have every boon on you, it's going to give you.
I don't think you have to shadow step.
Well of Tears, nothing too crazy. It's going to be.
No, they do.
No, it does.
Get a nice
the thing you just did before that.
Well of Silence, we have a little bit of a daze.
Okay, yeah,
here.
it is automatic. It looks like.
Got some daze on that daze pulse. Also, it's going to anytime it interrupts an enemy, it is going.
That's
to
a pretty nice one with the daze. I gotta tell you, that's good.
Have kind of the condition half of the damage.
Where's the stun break?
A well that gives you unique conditions.
There's gonna be one more if there wasn't.
That's the one he just did. He changed the purple for the green.
Finally, we have the elite skill.
Wait, what?
There's no stun break.
This is going to be a. Finally, we have the elite
what?
skill.
I'm back to where. Okay, I don't care anymore.
This is going to be a teleport in, and then it's going to.
They do
this,
shit.
Kind of
so.
AoE pull. Moving into Dark Sentry. This is the Rotwallow Venom that we saw throughout the barrier applications. Anytime you give an ally barrier, you're going to give them Rotwallow Venom, which is Torment on hit. Next up, we have Pinaku's Ambition, which is going to be a little bit more barrier, plays well with Wallow Venom, and also just barrier is a good support thing to have.
I wonder if this ends up more barrier than Scourge.
Attack, you hit an enemy with a
I don't think it does,
but barrier for yourself.
It's only a single target, so like
or an ally,
it can, but it'd only be one target.
Second Opinion. Here's some healing power, bonus healing power for Scepter.
Any damage convert to healing power.
Per condition damage stats. Next up, we have Shallow Grave. This is kind of the escape death mechanic that we've seen on a few traits in the past, where this is going to be for your tethered ally. If you are in Shadow Shroud and your ally would die, instead you will consume all your Shadow Force and heal them instead. This will also kind of have that Unholy Sanctuary mechanic where
he's really that altruistic. I don't know.
Force, it will enter Shroud instead.
Thieves aren't going to play this in PvP. It's too hard for them. The healing style is way too not straightforward.
When you leave Shroud, consume the rest of your Shadow Force and AoE heal, and we'll show off the kind of highest potential.
And you have to build the purple bar back up. I don't like that.
Potentially a very large heal. Largeness Torment, here's your aggro trait, Torment damage and Shroud gain whenever you apply Torment.
Oh, that's a big one, because everything gives Torment.
It's going to improve Siphon, so either more Shadow Force when hitting an enemy, or increased barrier when supporting an ally. Gain some Shadow Force on Shadow Step, and also Wells now give Alacrity.
That's pretty fucking nice.
A little bit of AoE Alacrity in there.
All the wells give Alacrity?
And then if they use the rune...
And then there's the quickness. Yeah.
Also, they're probably going to use Sage Amulet because it's Condi healing and Thieves need more extra HP, so that's already 3 of the stats that they're going to need. They're not going to have any precision, though.
For the specialization.
Condi doesn't need it that much.
Finally, the Grandmaster slot, starting with Strengths of Shadows. This is, again, going to be kind of the more aggressive option. A little bit of damage reduction in there as well, but here's some expertise. Here's some Rotwallow Venom bonuses, so a little bit more damage potential there.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Hungering Darkness. This is going to be more of a single target supporty thing, where you're going to pull conditions from your ally, from your tethered target, and also cleanse conditions from yourself. So a pretty powerful effect there. It's also going to heal your ally per condition cleanse. And finally, we have access to Shade Step. This one's going to be kind of a mix. It's going to give you a little bit more personal barrier when you siphon an enemy, and also it's going to allow you to revive enemies with Siphon. If you Shadow Step while you have barrier, it will consume your barrier and give that innate AoE radius to allies. So kind of that AoE support again, kind of across the bottom.
I think it's too close to Scourge gameplay, but just with more mobility.
I don't know. I'm not excited about this one. Sorry, y'all, if you're a thief and
What
excited.
about the Untamed next?
Ooh!
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go for Ranger now.
All right, let me just wrap this one up and then split the video.
What the fuck was this even called? I forgot. What was it called? Spector.
Which is, now that I think about it, like this is not what I would have thought of, like, gameplay style if you told me, like, Specter as a class. But anyways, some people might have wanted support, but the style in which you heal might throw people off because you have to be way more precise than, like, any other healer class that can just put a circle on the ground or something, or just be near, and then there's an automatic radius that emits from them. This is like you have to literally target your team member, for example. I think they will be able to make a World vs. World Zerg build, though, if they wanted to. Because they have the AoE skills in the Shroud, they have the barrier to not die instantly, and then they have the mobility still. And also stealth, which is just easy friggin' disengage.
They don't really have that much stealth. What did they have stealth with?
They still have enough to get away. Like, if they had, if they're taking Shadow Arch trait line, their heal is automatically stealth. He was using offhand dagger in this
I would say offhand dagger 5. Yeah, dagger 5.
So yeah, they have ways. They're probably not gonna use full wells anyway. So there's that. They're probably still gonna use Shadow Step. So instant cast. I'm already like halfway home. Disengage. If these wanted to make a Zerg build work, this would probably be their chance.
Yeah, but again, if you're, I mean, maybe new world people are like, I want friends. I'm a thief. No one wants me. Okay, well, I guess Anet's catering to that crowd. That's like, okay, well, I want some friends. I want to be in a group and cry. But that's like not a lot of your thieves out there. Like, especially the good thieves out there. Like, I'm not saying. But I'm not.
Don't say that phrase. Good
what do you mean? Like, dude, even though they're jerks or whatever, like, I'm not saying them like be like, I want to be in a group and like go heal.
Shadow Step into stealth isn't that's day one shit. Anyways, for thieves,
no, I'm not talking about stealth. It just caters to new players who like, I want to be in a group and do a Zerg. I don't know.
What if people multi-class but don't have to now because they can just switch a build and stay on their favorite class? They just play a different style of it.
It's like if you had a warrior that's a healer. Okay, this is the same thing.
I have like 4 warriors. I
know, but the thing is, you don't play the thief class to be support. Like, you don't play a warrior because you want to be a support or healer. Like, people don't really like play the class to do that role.
Well, there's no roles in this game. That's part of the downfall of this game.
I know, but the thing is, like, you know what I'm saying. You're a warrior. You're fucking doing damage mostly.
If they let you.
If they let you, it's true.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take a quick 2-minute AFK. I'll see you after.
Okay. She's still there. So, this is going to be a thief build for people who want to do Zerg type stuff. You're going to have some more AoEs, support. Some people do want support, believe it or not. Otherwise, you're just basically repeating the same elite specs every time. So this is a new style of thief that hasn't been done yet, I guess. And for those who wanted it, this is their chance to get in a group or just play closer to the Zerg and get, I guess, deeper into the fray without having to stay on the sides and like poke. So yeah, I'm sure there's something here that'll work.